What's up, everybody? We are going to be going over some mobility and strength drills that are going to help us with our kicks. The main goal around these is one, we're going to mobilize our hips a lot so that we can move in and out of different positions so that our kicks are going to be a little bit more mobile. Plus, it's going to help us strengthen ourselves in those tight positions, because when we have a longer range of motion, especially when we start to stretch out our limbs, we get a little bit weaker at those points. And so our goal is to become strong at those longer points so that we can maintain that flexibility. And then plus, we're gonna feel a lot better moving out of those positions, and you're gonna be able to walk better, you're gonna be able to climb better, kick better, you name it. It's gonna be great. So let's get to it. All right, so first we're just gonna warm up with a few squats. I do a sumo squats because I wanna warm up the inside of my legs. So we're gonna start wide, like so, and we're gonna aim for 25 of these. Let's begin. Right on, good. So now I got some blood flow going through these. I got some little bit of mobility going through. Now we're going to begin with a little bit more backwards and forwards movement. First, I got to take off some socks though, because I need some grip. All right, so perfect. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go back to that sumo squat. We're just going to transition left and right like this. So we're going to go low, and we're going to transition one side and the other side. I'm just going to go back and forth. My toes are going to be pointed forward when I do this. And I'm going to do this for a solid 30 seconds. And each time, I'm going to feel, I have to go a little bit lower. And if I can, I'm going to push it a little bit lower. And at a certain point, I will want to rotate this foot up. So now, I'm going to try to go like this. And when I get to a good low point, then I start to switch that point up. And then this side, drop down. And now when I get to this point, I'm going to use my elbow here to push my knee out to the side. And hold this for a good 5 seconds. Then up. And make sure when I go down, or sorry, when I go up, I'm using my leg muscles to push up. And if you need something like a platform, it's okay, you can hold on to something. Sometimes I have a chair next to me. Go side to side, push off something to lift myself up. Hold that for 5 seconds. One more on the other side. Up, down, rotate, drop that. And good to go. Next. All right, so by now the inside of my hips are feeling really warmed up and ready, but now we're working with the front side here. So we're gonna go into our lunge position like this. And all you're gonna do is you're gonna lean forward and push so that you're feeling a stretch in the hip flexor. And we're gonna hold this for a good 5 seconds. And then come out of it. And we're gonna aim for 10 times on this. Okay. And now on the bottom, we're gonna do a little motion like this. We're gonna twist into it as well. So we're gonna go down, twist just a little bit. Come back up. Other side. Next one right here is we're gonna sit like this in a crab walk position. We're gonna put our hands on the ground like this, and we're just gonna lift ourselves up like we're in a crab walk. Now the next part, we're going to bend one knee. We're gonna walk it forward like this. This leg here can go out in front. And this one, I'm going to push my knee as much as I can towards the ground. Notice how my toes are actually flexed on the ground too. That's important because we want to get a little stretch in the toes. Now start to go down, arch out a little bit, just a little bit, and then come down. And then do that again for reps. All right, gotta go forwards and reps with this. Other side. If you notice one side is a little tighter than the other, you might want to do a few more. For me right now, my right side is a little tighter because of my knee. So I'm going to do a few more on this side. Try to open up that range of motion. Just a little bit of mobility, movement, go a long way, unlock a lot of things that you didn't know you had or that you could do just by doing this stuff. Mobility training is king, in my opinion. Stretching is great, but if we can mobilize our joints, we're going to maintain our flexibility and also relieve a lot of pain. Agony. A lot of times we go through every day, and it's mostly due to our body's inability to correct itself when it's in a bad position or to be feeling comfortable or strong in that position. So let's move on to the next one. All right, now so that we mobilize the front, the inside, we gotta hit it from the rear now. Let's get it going. So we're gonna go into a pigeon stretch. So let's bring one leg in front, we're gonna move that over to the side a little bit and then flatten that leg out. Now, we don't have to get to a full 90 degrees here. We wanna try to get to that point, but we're just gonna let ourselves sink into the stretch. And I got a little bit of a pain in my knee here, so I'm gonna take it a little bit easy on this side today. But now, my goal here, I'm gonna use my arms to crawl out, and then crawl back up. Now, when I do this, I'm actually going to push my leg into the floor so that I feel my glute working a lot there. So again, I'm going to crawl down. Crawl all back up, and as I'm going up, pushing off my leg a little bit. So I'm trying to use my glute actually to lift me up instead of me just using my hands here. My hands are just a little bit of support, and then do this. Nice, and we're gonna flatten out like this, and then we're just gonna reach over the other side like this. Forward, and backwards. And forward, and backwards. Forward, and backwards. This stuff is not easy at all. Okay, and then let's switch, go to the other side. If I feel like I can go lower, I slide that foot behind, a little further away. And then again, going down forward, pushing back up. And then we're going to twist around to the other side. Twist, lean a little bit, come back, down, get your shoulder down, come down, there, and twist, and come back down and around. So now just from there, what we're going to do is that we're going to rotate our knees from side to side. We're just going to mobilize them a little bit, and then we're going to do some exercises for hip mobility to strengthen. So we're going to go from side to side like this, and our feet can be nice and far apart. They don't need to necessarily be connecting. I can just be like this. My side to this side, and less leaning back eventually, and more sitting up straight. Okay? And again, I'm going to remove my hands and do it just with my legs. Rotate from one side all the way around to the other side. Going in and out of hip internal rotation and external rotation. So now what we're going to do, the next part is going to be involving me lifting my hips off the ground. So when my knees go to one side like this, I'm gonna be on this position, and I'm gonna roll up onto this knee like so. Push my hips forward, and come back. There you go for 10 reps on that side. 1. And try to really control the lowering part as well. Don't just lift up and then plop yourself back on the floor. Again, it's all about control. If we can control ourselves in these positions, we gain the strength and the mobility to get to that position without stretching beforehand. Let's try the other side. This side's gonna be a little harder because my knee feels weird. My knee is actually okay right now. It must be all the mobility training I'm doing. Another thing is whenever you move your joints, here's something interesting, is that you're gonna gain access to releasing synovial fluid into those joints. Think of it like oil for your car. It's lubricating all the gears and the joints. So if I can move my joints around a lot more, then I'm going to gain a lot more mobility, less pain, more synovial fluid will help lubricate the area and also heal that area, especially if there's damage that's to be done and your body's trying to repair. So movement is key. All right, and so that is all the mobility drills that we have for today. Those drills are fantastic. My hips feel so great after them because whenever I do these, my hips feel unlocked, they feel loosened. Feels like I can actually move my legs around a lot better. Kicking feels a lot easier too. I would recommend doing this though at the end of your workout. It's a lot better to do these strength and contract, relax, especially when you're going in and out of those positions. Because it's something that you want to do but after your workout. Before your workout, when you're doing that high intense stretching, strengthening at that long range, the problem is that when you start to kick and then your fast kicks go up high, there's a chance that you might hurt yourself because you are going to an extended range of motion and you're snapping it back and your muscles just kind of got a little bit exhausted from doing all those exercises. So do this at the end of your workout, it'll be a lot better. Doesn't mean that you can't stretch or warm up before your workout, it's just more that you want to do it after. Anyways, take care, have a wonderful day, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.